Good morning, friends. It's Terrific Tuesday. I'm so excited. Look at this beautiful yarn I'm using today. Isn't that yummy? This is the Colorway Cupcake. Caron Skinny Cakes. Such a pretty yarn. Wowzers. I just love that. This is, as I mentioned, the Colorway Cupcake. This is a 3 lightweight yarn. It calls for a 4mm size G6 hook. Now I am actually using an I9 hook. And so I've gone up a little bit bigger, but this yarn is machine washable and dryable, 100% acrylic. So anyhow, this is what we've got on the hook today. Queen 530, thank you so much for the gifts this morning. I appreciate that. Getting started early this morning. I already see hearts flying up the screen. Good morning, everybody. So this stitch that I'm working on this morning, if I can get it on the right side here, this is the waffle stitch. This is my first time making it. I've never made it before. And I'm making it in a rectangle. I'm going to be making a wheelchair size blanket. So ultimately, I'm looking for a 35 by 45 size. Danny Lee, thank you so much for the Aprils this morning. Let's see. Ray said, I love the waffle stitch. Miss Mary, good morning. I know, right? Oh, you know what? I need to turn my comments on YouTube. I had them turned off the other day. I was watching Ryan Hall, and I don't know if you guys have ever watched his channel, but the comments are fast and furious over there. So hopefully this will get her done. Can somebody give me a test message over there on YouTube? Make sure I can see your guys' comments. Anyhow, it has such great texture. Look at that texture. Can you see that? So pretty. And yeah, I'm really digging it. Mama Wheeler is here this morning. Good morning, Mom. It's Terrific Tuesday. So, excuse me. I started this blanket. I should give you the deets. I started with a chain of 36, and then I chained one as a turning chain, and then I went back the other direction with a single crochet. So I kind of fattened this up here in the middle a little bit. Then I came back and I did double crochets along the sides. Now this short little side you can see here, I did 2 double crochets on the very end. So real skinny sides to this. But that is how I work that. Now, the guys, I'm not an expert. Thank you, Queen 530. I see you over there. And good morning. Debbie is here. Good morning. Thank you for showing me that YouTube is working. I totally forgot I had turned off the comments. But it is a very easy 2-row repeat. And like I said, guys, I'm not an expert at this. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go along. There's probably more people here that have done it a lot more than me. But I thought, well, maybe there haven't been some people, and I'll come on and kind of show what I'm doing. So as I mentioned, I'm using an I9 hook this morning. Now I'm working along the back of the work, and I don't know if you can see this, but 2 of the stitches kind of come forward, and then there's one that is tucked back. So this little stitch here is tucked back. And what I'm doing is the one that's kind of tucked back, I'm doing a double crochet. The 2 that are kind of facing forward, I'm doing a front post double crochet. So that's kind of how this round works. Hey, Hannah, good morning. Mimi, good morning. Glad you're here. Wow, you guys knocked out that goal quick. Thank you so much for the gifts this morning. That was so fast. Y'all are rocking it today. Did everybody have a good weekend? I know I had a good weekend. You want to see what I played with this weekend? Wait, it's burning a hole in my pocket. I'm going to get started on this blanket, I promise. But I made my very first halter top. I've never made a halter before, but I'm so excited. This is the Lily Top by Passionate Kelsey, who, we just absolutely love. And this is a size extra small. This is for my friend's daughter in Arizona. And really cool. It has like straps that come down. I know the black's kind of hard to see, but it has straps that come down, and then it crisscross ties in the back, if you can see that. Super cute top. Um, hey, Marcia, good morning. Glad that you are here this morning. So, anyhow, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to make one of these on Thursday. Have you all been dying to make? Now, guys, I'm not a skinny mini by any means. I'm a chunky mama. So, this is not my cup of tea. But my friend, I thought, oh, that's going to be so much fun. So, that's one of my weekend projects I did. And then the other weekend project I did, I have really long hair. And I wear scrunchies all the time, and I'm always losing them. But I thought, well, here's what happened. I'll give you the details. I've been watching Passionate Kelsey because I've been making one of those cardigans, the hexagon cardigan. So of course I've been watching her YouTube a lot. And thank you for the heart, me, Jennifer. Appreciate that. So, since I've been watching Passionate Kelsey, you know, when you start watching somebody on YouTube, then they come up in your feed all the time, right? And so, anyhow, she came up with making these scrunchies, and I thought, oh, I should make some of those. I have all this velvet yarn in my stash. I should just make it. So, tomorrow I'm going to make scrunchies. I'm kind of excited. Two kind of different projects. Hey, Veronica, good morning. Okay, so away we go. Kelly became a 53rd member of the team. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. So I'm going to start with a front post double crochet. The way that I do this is can everybody see? Do I got this situated here? YouTube feels like it's a little forward. Let me see. Let me adjust YouTube a little bit, guys. One second. Let me see if I can scoot y'all back so that we're better on screen. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, we can see now. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to, instead of working on the top of this stitch, I'm actually going to work around this post. And I just slide my hook underneath, and then I grab a loop and pull it up, and then I yarn over and pull through two, and yarn over and pull through two. Marcia said, can you give us the pattern to follow along? Marcia, this is the waffle stitch. If you look in the description of the video that you're watching, there are links to the yarn that I'm using along with the pattern. It is the waffle stitch. Now, I've modified it, but I was watching Hooked by Robin of how to make this. And so I shared her video, but this is called the waffle stitch. And I turned it into a rectangle is kind of what I did. Karina said, I've been wanting to make scrunchies. Naughty Wendy said, I made scrunchies the other day, but I like your yarn better. Yeah, I had this yarn in my stash. It's like a velvet yarn. This is Bernat. I got it on clearance I'll talk more about these tomorrow, but I really dig this purple. The purple's going to go good with my hair. I kind of have like purplish red highlights going on in my hair. So, anyhow, I thought, oh, that's going to be kind of cool. So anyhow, sorry, let me try to keep up with the comments this morning. Jennifer, thank you so much for the gifts. Uh, Hannah said, my cat is making things hard for me. Do we need to put Shadow in timeout? Does Shadow need a little timeout? Little Diesel is outside this morning. He can't be trusted to behave on the lives anymore. Jennifer says, I have purple and blue hair. Well, this scrunchie would be really, assuming you have long hair, would be right up your alley then. That purple is really pretty. And I have some other colors too I'm going to make tomorrow. I have some pink and I have like a royal blue. But Passionate Kelsey on these scrunchies, she has a great tutorial, guys. I just followed her, but I figured I'd show it. So I don't know what all that yellow is on my hand. Weird. Oh, I know. I was looking at those pills this morning. That's what it was. Hey, Leah. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Glad that you are here. So in the corner, the one thing with the waffle stitch is we alternate our stitches. I'm going to talk a lot about these stitches as we move along, guys, but you can see here of the row below, I had 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. When you're working on the back side, that changes, and you actually only have 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 double crochet. So what that is doing is it's helping to keep our pattern consistent. So you're going to be alternating between the corners of 2 double crochet and then 1 double crochet chain 2. So you'll kind of get the hang of that, but you can kind of see how these stitches are popping forward and then one is to the back. Once I turn my work, you're going to really start to see that texture come through. So you can kind of see these 2 stitches, see how they kind of are forward, and see how this one is kind of pushed back a little bit. These 2 stitches right here, I need to do a front post double crochet. So I do one front post double, and then immediately I do another. So I wrap my yarn around, go underneath the post, grab a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So really the only difference is from a regular double crochet and a post double crochet. Regular double crochet, you would work here up in the top, the loops, right? And instead we're working down here around these posts. So here's the stitch that is pushed back. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to do a regular double crochet. I go under both bars and do my double crochet. Then here are our 2 posts. You can kind of see them popping forward a little bit. So again, front post, yarn over, put my hook underneath the post, and then yarn over and pull up a loop. So now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And now again, we're going to move to the next one here and repeat that. So yarn over, put my hook underneath the post. So my crochet stitch here is actually sitting on top of my hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now here's our stitch that kind of is pushed back. So again, I'm going to go right in the top of that under both loops and do a double crochet. And then here we are back. These 2 are pushed forward a little bit. So those are the ones that get the post stitches. And I'm going to repeat this the entire way around until I get to the end. Then when I get to the end, I'm going to join with the slip stitch. And then we'll turn our work and work back in the other direction. But when we turn our work, that's when you're going to start to see all this fabulous texture that we're making. So you can kind of see it there. See the texture? Here's the stitch that I'm doing right now. So by doing these post stitches, see how it makes that little line of green come through? Isn't that slick? Really, really cool. I think as I get more and more rows stacked up, you'll start to see more of these colors. This is the yarn that I'm using. This is a Caron Skinny Cake in the colorway Cupcake. So really, really pretty yarn. That's what I mean. Once we're at a very small part here, but once it gets bigger, you're going to start to see more of these colors playing together and looking really slick, I think. So this is a really, really pretty yarn. And it's my first time using a Skinny Cake. I really have enjoyed it. Jersey said that's really pretty. I think it was Jersey that asked about little Diesel, our puppy. So we got our puppy in December. So he's December, January, February, March, April. So he's 4 months old now. And I will tell you, little Diesel is kind of in his terrible twos. And we learned like a couple weeks ago on the live. And what Mama Wheeler says is because I'm sitting here, there's nobody else here, it's just me. And I'm sitting here talking. And so he thinks that I'm probably talking to him. Instead, I'm talking to all you guys. But it gets him all excited and all wound up, and he wants to jump in my lap, and he wants me to throw the ball. And he's just, kind of in that puppy phase, right? So yeah, he chose chaos. I love him. Yeah, he's very chaotic. That's a great way of putting it. I like to call him a little velociraptor because he is a handful right now. And so he is spending the morning outside in the sunshine. We have a big side yard and there's a covered patio. He's got a chair out there. It's actually my chair, but he likes to sit in my chair and just kind of chill. So we're dieselless this morning. And we probably will be until he kind of learns to like mellow out. Cheryl, yes, he is getting big. He's as tall as our other dog. He's really big. I post pictures over on my Book of Faces and stuff. You can see them over there. My handle is Wheeler 8 Acres over there. Okay, so here we are back to the corner. So I have just finished our 2 front post double crochets. So now into this corner again, we're going to do 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 double crochet. And let's see. Crystal says, does skinny just mean there's less yarn? No, it's actually referring to the weight of the yarn, I think. Okay, so this is called a Caron skinny cake. You can actually see it's a pretty big skein of yarn. This is a really big skein. So if I put my tape measure on it, you can see it's like a 6-inch skein of yarn. So there's a lot. And how much is a lot, April? Well, let's look. 795 yards. That's a pretty big skein. Like if I have a Red Heart Super Saver, the jumbos, they're about 700 as well, or 744, I think is what they are. So it's a pretty big skein. Now, what makes it skinny is it is a 3 lightweight yarn. And so I know a lot of you guys like Maggie, and we watch her over here on TikTok. But she likes to make cardigans with this yarn. In fact, Maggie has a cardigan. You guys see her wearing it all the time in this exact colorway, the Cupcake. But what works nice for the cardigans, what she has mentioned, is because it is a 3 weight, she still uses a big size hook, and it kind of makes it more like airy and stuff as she's working on it. And so this, I kind of have applied the same concept to this. Okay, it calls for a G6, a 4 millimeter hook. I'm actually using an I9, so I've actually gone up 2 hook sizes on this. And what I was concerned with this waffle stitch, I wanted it to have, number one, it's squishy, right? It's like, I wish you guys could feel it. It's squishy is the best way I could describe it. But when you start doing these post stitches, sometimes you don't want uh, it to be too tight. And so my concern was if I went with the G6 hook, this would be a really tight, like weave. And instead, you can see I've got lots of squishiness. I know I'm crazy. Jersey, this is the waffle stitch that I'm making this morning. It's a 2 row repeat. This is the front. And at this exact moment, I'm actually working on the back. You do 1 row on the front and then you turn it and you do the next row on the back. So I'm on the back right now. Once we get around to the front, then you, of course, will start to see more of that texture. Um, so in the corner here, I did 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. Now you can see right here of the row below, we had 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Bye, Danny. Thank you all so much for being here this morning. Appreciate all the gifts and taps and everything. Hope you have a great day. Abby says, I wish I could crochet. I just make crochet hook handles. Oh, that's cool, Abby. Do you make them out of wood? How do you make your hook handles? You can see how I make mine. A little Coban action. This one's especially nice and grungy today. Irma, yes, this is going to be a blanket. I'm going to make a wheelchair size blanket. And then I'll be donating it to Sabre Healthcare. So anyhow, it's going to be about a 35 by 45 size is kind of what I'm aiming for. So we'll see as it works along. I started this. It's going to be rectangle size. So when I started this, I chained 36, and then I chained um, 1 to turn my work, and then I went back and worked a single crochet. Pam said, hey, when's the drawing? We're going to do the drawing tomorrow, Pam. What Pam is talking about, guys, for the month of April, to all of the subscribers over here on TikTok, we're having our monthly thank you to all the subs, and it's going to be a wood blocking board. I got mine off Amazon, and I really like it. It's about a 12-inch by 12-inch size, so it works great for blocking like granny squares. And I think I paid like 50 bucks for it. So if you are a subscriber here on my TikTok, you will be automatically entered to win, and we'll do that drawing tomorrow. I think we'll do that at 8 Central Time tomorrow. You do not have to be present to win. If you are the winner and you're not on the live, I will DM you. Either way, I will DM you, get your address so I can get it sent out. But it's just a way for me to thank all of the subscribers here to my channel. And you don't have to be a subscriber, guys, but there are those that like to contribute to my yarn obsession. So I appreciate the subscribers, and I just like to, you know, do a little something something for them. So anyhow, that will be our, I can't believe it's already coming up on month end. Can you believe that? Guys, the stitch that I'm working on this morning is the waffle stitch. We're working on the back of the project right now. Okay. So when you look at the front, this is the back. I think the back looks really nice. But when you look at the front, this is where the magic is. Look at that texture. This is called the waffle stitch. Hey, Kay, good morning. Welcome. Working on the waffle stitch blanket this morning. So I started right here in the center. I'm working this in the round. Okay. I chained 36. I'm making this rectangle size. Oh, I got some diesel hair here. So anyhow, 36 inches or 36 chains. Okay. Then I chained one as a turning chain, and I turned my work, and I came back the other direction and I did a single crochet. So I kind of fattened up the center here a little bit. Then I came back and I did a double crochet in each of the stitches. And then here in the corners, this is the corner. You can see I did two double crochets, chain two. Here's the side, so that's two double crochets, and then chain two, and then back around. So that's how I did the corner. Then I started working on the pattern of the waffle stitch. Now, guys, if you're interested in this pattern, I put a link on the link tree, and you can get to that on my bio. And there's also a link to the yarn that I'm using. The yarn I'm using today is a Caron Skinny Cake, and this is what it looks like, the full skein. Really, really pretty. So I'm just now getting into this purple color, but we're going to have lots of the like greens and eventually some white and stuff. So I'll just keep working it along. This is my first time making the waffle stitch. Okay, I've never done it before, but I'm really enjoying it. So I thought, well, I'll come on the live and kind of show a little bit of what I'm doing. And that way, if you all are interested, you can, kind of check it out as well. Abby says, I always like the waffle stitch. Yeah, I don't know why I've never done it before. Jessica said, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Jessica. That yarn is really pretty, isn't it? I really like it. So it's a 3-weight yarn that I'm using this morning. Thank you for the follow, and good morning. Welcome, new friends. 6.2 thousand likes over here on TikTok. Wow, you guys are really tapping away. Abby says, I make some of my crochet hook handles look like tree bark with vines and flowers on them. Wow, that is awesome, Abby. I'm gonna have to do you post them on a website or on your TikTok? Do you sell on Etsy? How do you tell us more? Tell us more. I got to give you a follow and check that out because that sounds really, really neat. Are you like turning them on a wood lathe or something? I'm so curious. You've really piqued my interest. Lori said, what you making? Lori, I'm working on a waffle stitch wheelchair size blanket this morning. So I'm working on the back side of the work right now. I'm alternating. We do. Abby said, I post them here on TikTok. I have an Etsy, Insta page, and Facebook. Awesome, awesome. I'm definitely gonna. Abby says, no, I just make them with my hand. Wow, that is so cool, Abby. I'm gonna have to check that out. You really are piquing my interest there. So this is the back of the project right now. This is what the front looks like. Okay. So once I get finished with this row, we'll be turning and then working back on the front where all the texture is. So as you look at the stitches here of the waffle stitch, this one, do you see how this one right here kind of sits back a little bit? And then these two are kind of pushed forward. And then this one's back and these two are forward. Can you kind of see that? what I'm doing is on the one that is pushed back here, I'm going under both loops on the top and just doing a double crochet. And then on these that poke forward, I'm doing a front post double crochet. So it ends up looking like this. So here's a double, and then here's the two front posts. So I just finished the two front posts. So now on this one that kind of sits away from me, I'm going to do a double crochet, and I go right in the top of the stitches. Now these two right here, they're going to get front post stitches. So I wrap my yarn around, I put my hook underneath the post, grab a loop. Now I have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Yes, Nana, this is a front post. Sparkly said, Abby just checked out your page and wow, OMG, wow. Very, very cool. Could one of the mods pin Abby up there in case people want to go check out her work? Yarn over. Now I go underneath the post. This is a front post double crochet. Grab up a loop. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Thank you for the follow this morning. Welcome, new friends. I've seen a number of new followers popping up this morning. For those that do not know, my name is April, and I'm a hobby crocheter. And I like to come on live in the mornings. I come on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7:30 Central. And I just kind of work on, the projects that I've got going and chat with my friends and have my coffee. But we have a fabulous, fabulous group of folks here. It's not just about April, okay? I encourage you guys to support each other and follow each other. Support the crochet community. If you're watching on the FYP this morning, Vicki just tagged the FYP. If you are watching on the FYP, feel free to give a follow. Come on in, say hello. We would love to have you. The more, the merrier. So I do make a schedule of events mostly to keep myself organized. I do work full time, so I kind of like to have a little agenda so I know what I'm working on. But 3 days a week, I come on in the mornings and I stay on for about 2 hours. And then I hop off and go do my day job. I do work remote. I live in Northeast Alabama. We moved here about, well, it's been over 4 years now, from Arizona. And we just relocated and we got a whole new life over here. So anyhow, I just love it. I live stream my bird feeders and the deer camera over on my YouTube. My handle over there is Wheeler 8 Acres. And for those that don't know, I am live this morning both on YouTube and on TikTok. So I'm really trying to grow my YouTube presence. But what happens is after we do our crocheting, lives, then I publish out those videos on my YouTube. So you can always go back and rewatch the videos. So here in the corner, I did a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Now these stitches count as the ones that pop forward. So I did 2 of the front post double crochets. Hey, Stitch and Mama, good morning. Kelly says I work remotely too. It's the best. Kelly, how was your weekend trip to see your son? Did you get a lot of crocheting done? Did you guys get to go out to dinner? Did you have a blast? Kelly's son plays college football, y'all. I think it's kind of cool that he is at the college level. So anyhow, she told us that he was going to be playing this weekend, so she went to go see him, which is really cool. Sorry, y'all. Let me catch up on some comments. Rena, this pattern is the waffle stitch, and I put a link on the link tree. This I watched Hooked by Robin make. Now I have modified this, and I turned it into um, a wheelchair. I'm making a wheelchair size, so it's going to be a rectangle. So I started with a chain of 36 here in the middle, and then I came back into that chain and I did a row of single crochets, and then I followed with a row of double crochets the entire way around. So I didn't start this on the live because I've never made this before. I started it previously, but I'm just kind of showing the waffle stitch. So anyhow, thank you so much. Um, Guys, if I missed the comments, please feel free to ask again. I try to keep up with them as best I can. Sometimes when I'm looking at my work and the stitches, I do miss some of the stitches or some of the comments. So anyhow, I do my very, very best. But we have fabulous moderators. Gen X is here this morning. Gen X is one of our moderators. Our other moderator is Anvil. And I really appreciate these two gals. They really, really help me. And for those that don't know, Mama Wheeler just posted there. Mama Wheeler is my mom. She's one of my biggest fans. She's a big supporter of me. Let's see. Marcia says my chat seems to not be working. Well, I see your message there, Marcia. Very strange. Maybe I missed your comment. Try asking again. I'll look. Rose Garland said, "Hi April, how are you? I like crocheting. Are you making a blanket? I like the colors from Tasmania, Australia." Rose Garland, good morning or good afternoon, as the case may be. I am making a blanket. This is a Caron skinny cake. This is the Colorway Cupcake. This is what it looks like. This is a 3-weight yarn. So it's a lightweight yarn. And it calls for a size G6 hook. Now, I'm actually using an I9 hook this morning. So one of the things that can kind of happen when you use a bigger hook than it calls for, I wanted this to like be squishy and have lots of kind of play and wiggle room, because a lot of times when you do these post stitches like this and so much texture, if you use too small of a hook, this can end up being really scrunched and tight and not really uh, Marcia is asking on YouTube, can you give the information of the person who makes hook covers? So if somebody is here watching on both TikTok and YouTube, would you mind sharing the handle, or do you have maybe an Etsy link or something that we could share over on TikTok or over on YouTube for the folks that are asking over there? Rose Garland said it's 1:30 p.m. evening Tuesday, nearly time for bed. All right. Hey Debbie, good morning. Catherine, good morning. Let's see. Okay, where was I? I'm almost to the end here, guys. I've got a little bit more, and then we're going to be turning our work and starting work on the front. Amy says, is it as soft as Simply Soft? No, I don't think it is. But one thing that was surprising to me about this yarn, and I don't know if you guys can see it, it almost has like a little shimmer in it. Like it has like, I don't know, it's not like shiny, but it's got, I wasn't expecting it. I expected it to be kind of more of a flat type yarn, and it actually has like some like I can't even say it's speckle. It's real subtle, but it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful yarn. I'm enjoying using it. This is my first time using a skinny cake. Okay, so I recommend it. I really, really am liking it. Sparkly Witch says a sheen. Yes, thank you. That is it, Sparkly Witch. It has a sheen. So guys, when I'm working on the back, I'm alternating. Okay, so I'm doing basically a double crochet. Then these two stitches that pop forward, I'm doing a front post, two of those. Then I'm going back to my double crochet and then back to the front post. So if we look here, do you see how this stitch right here kind of sits to the back? That one gets a double crochet. I go under both loops on top and I do a double crochet. Then do you see how these two are kind of popped forward? I do a front post double crochet on these. So I yarn over, put my hook underneath the post. Then I grab a loop and pull it up. So now we have 3. Then I yarn over and pull through 2 and yarn over and pull through 2. LB Craft, good morning. Nice to have you here this morning. Gen X girl, I saw that you took a spill. I hope you are okay. Gen X fell down and hurt herself. We'll be sending lots of love your way and hope for a quick healing. So another front post, yarn over, put my hook underneath that post, grab up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Vicky says they are so pretty. I'm going to use them down the back of my Hexie Cardi. Oh, nice. That sounds really cool. So now here we are, a regular double crochet. That's the one that kind of sits to the back. Here are the 2 that, see how they kind of sit forward? Once you start doing this a little more, you'll start to be able to see and recognize this. So again, front post, double crochet, wrap my yarn around, put my hook underneath the post, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now here's this one that sits to the back. He's going to get a regular double crochet. 2 more pushed forward. So again, yarn over, put my hook underneath that post, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now here in the next stitch here, we're going to yarn over, again, front post, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And now this one sits kind of the back. That one's going to get a double crochet. And in the corner here, these 2, we're going to do a front post on both of those. Okay. These are our last 2 stitches of this round. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this was our very first stitch here up at the top. I'm going to join with a slip stitch to my very first stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the corner. Okay, so that completes our round. You can see I tied on my green here. I just wanted to mention this a little bit. When I started working my green color, as I start working on this, I'm going to be going back the same direction because now, so for example, we just came around here with this purple, okay? When I turn my work, what is going to happen is I am going to start reworking in this direction here. And what I found with working on the green, and this is the same thing that is going to happen with this purple now, this lavender color. If I start working in this direction, the purple is going to stack up on itself. And as I work around, I might not have enough purple to get it all the way over to this side. And so it's going to create a lot of color pooling. Color pooling is when your colors group together and it's not necessarily how you want them to group. Okay. So what I did on the green, why I had this tail, I had to frog pretty much my whole row after I realized it. What I did is I actually snipped off in this corner of the green, and then I restarted my green on a different corner. Okay, so I feel like I really need to snip off again and start here with my purple, because if we look at my purple skein, this is the one I'm working with. If I kind of estimate in my mind, I only have this amount of purple. And so I really think I'm going to have this pooling effect. And then on this side right here, where I have this, I'm not going to have any of this lavender color. Does that make sense, guys, what I'm explaining, how I'm explaining that? Now, you don't have to do that. You could just start working back in the other direction and just keep going around if you don't care about the color pooling. I'm a little OCD that way. I like to make sure that the colors work their way around, okay? So what I'm going to do here, just because I know it's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and snip off. Now this is going to make more ends for me to weave in, but as I mentioned, I'm not so caring about that. I want to make sure my colors are evenly distributed. So I'm going to snip off my purple here. And now, of course, I'll have to weave in this tail. But as we look at the front now, what I want to do is I'm going to move from this corner. I'm actually going to move back to this corner, and I'm going to start my lavender back up over here. That way I am guaranteed, I know this lavender color will be worked into these stitches here and help complete that look. Thank you guys all so much for the screen taps. We're at 10,000 likes over here on TikTok. How about that? Very, very cool. Thank you guys all so much for the screen taps. Okay, so here we have into the corner. You can see of the green row. Yes, Hannah, this is the waffle stitch. The green row here, I had 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets. Then when I worked my way back around, I had on the back, when you work on the back, you only have 1 double crochet, chain 1 double crochet. Now I'm back working on the front. So into the corner here, I need 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets. I saw over on YouTube a comment about the Discord. Let me get through some of these stitches if I could, and then I will explain about the Discord. Okay. Um, just out of my mind, mild curiosity, why do you weave it in? Because I don't want these tails hanging out the back. So what when I say I weave it in, so here's my green tail. I get my darning needle. You can see one of my other projects I had on there. And I put my yarn through my needle. Then what I do is I weave in this end because I want to hide this tail. I don't want it hanging out of my work. So what I do is I kind of go under these stitches and I do this 3 times. So some people said they just snip it off. I like to weave mine in. This is how my grandma taught me. So I guess it's just kind of ingrained in me. But I go back and forth 3 times. So it is knotted there, but I like to weave it in this corner. Okay. So that basically kind of hides the tail there. Then I snip off. Okay. So if I wash it or something and the little tail comes loose, I have a way to go back and kind of re-sew that in. But that is how I address my tails and how I weave them in. That way, it just kind of helps to make sure that knot doesn't come in. It's a little more secure. Okay. So let me put my needle away here before I lose it. I am always losing my needle. Debbie said, please remember to thumbs up over on YouTube. Thank you, Debbie. Yes, I appreciate that. Okay. So the way that somebody asked me earlier, what kind of hooks do I use? Okay. So the hooks that I use, guys, I like the vintage Susan Bates or vintage Coates and Clarks. This happens to be a vintage Coates and Clarks. And the way that I know that is it is not stamped on the back. These are inline hooks that I use. But they are made in the USA. I don't know if you can see that. It's really hard to see, but this is a size I9 hook. Uh, I9 hook. And it's a vintage hook. I suspect this hook was probably made, I would guess, in the early to late 50s. And after Coates and Clark sold to Susan Bates, then Susan Bates came out, and her hooks are stamped with her name. So you can see here, this one says Susan Bates here on the stamp, but still made in the USA. Now, Susan Bates still makes hooks today. However, they are manufactured overseas. Lori says, I have lots of those. They used to be my grandmother's. Lori, that is the coolest thing. So these are the hooks that I learned to crochet with. Now, the hooks of today, this is also a Susan Bates hook. This is a I9 5 millimeter. So it's the exact same hook as this one that I have here. And it is stamped on the back, Susan Bates. However, it says made in Mexico. So I guess not overseas, but made in Mexico. And the hooks have changed over time. So I don't know if you're able to see this, but the thing that I like about the vintage hooks that I don't like about the hooks today is the shape of this top here, this head. The new ones of today, it's much longer, and I don't like how it catches my work as I'm working on it. And so, anyhow, that is why I prefer the vintage hooks. And so this is it says I9 5.5 millimeter. I don't have my super zoom in glasses, but I swear that says a 5.5 millimeter. So anyhow, that's kind of the difference and why I like those hooks. So I am kind of a bit of a hook snob. Y'all are will find that out here with me. Mama Wheeler, who's on the chat, she tries to find hooks for me. And she looks at thrift stores and yard sales and whatnot. Now, these that I put on my hooks, this I make my own hook covers, my own little grippies. And what I use for these is a Coban. Okay, so Coban, you know when you go and get your blood drawn and then they wrap you up with the double-sided tape. That's what this is. This is how I wrap my hook. So I've tried the pencil grips, the beauty blenders, you name it. I have tried them all. I do not like them. I've been crocheting for 40 years and I'm kind of stuck in my ways. I'm kind of ornery that way, I guess you could say. So anyhow, you can get this Coban at any medical, Wally World, Walgreens, drugstore, whatever, you can get it. So I kind of loop it over on itself right here. Now this self sticks to itself. So all I do is I start rolling this, wrapping it, and I just give it a little twisting action, and I can make a custom size grippy, whatever size I want. It sticks to itself. Now, as I work with these, right, here's my new one. The old ones get a little grungy, but this stuff is cheap. I don't care. This is not really dirt. This is, as I'm working with yarn, the yarn sticks to the um it sticks to the little Coban, okay? So my yarn fibers get stuck on there. Anyhow, I just throw that away, and then I have a brand new little grippy, okay? So that is the deal with my hooks for those that have not seen that. Okay, let me put some of this stuff away before I start losing it here. And then we're going to get started on this next size. Um, okay. I probably, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Now, here we go. We have, I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook, okay? The way that I do my slip knots is I hold my working yarn, I bring down a loop, so it's crisscrossed. I put my hook through my loop, grab up another loop, and pull it through. As I pull it through, I pull it straight up while I hold the tail, and then I squish it down. That is my standing, or my slip knot, okay? Then I'm going to come here in the corner, and I am going to start with a standing double crochet in the corner. Okay. Now you do not have to do a standing double crochet if you feel comfortable making a chain of 3. If you would prefer to do a stacked single, all of those are perfectly fine. But regardless, you need to get your yarn in the corner. So the way I do this, standing uh, double crochet, I hold my yarn here in my thumb, and I guess that's my pointer finger. I wrap my yarn around so I have 2 loops on my hook. The reason I hold this tail is if I do not, what happens is this yarn spins off. Do you see how I'm back down to 1 loop? So that is why I secure the tail. Thank you for the heart me. Wrap my yarn around as I'm holding it. Now I put my hook through my work. Now you can kind of see my hand is not in my working because I'm still holding this tail. So what I do, I bring my hand forward and I transfer the job of holding this tail now to this thumb. Okay, I still have 2 loops here on my hook. This frees up my working hand. Now I can yarn over and pull up a loop. You can see I have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a standing double crochet. The reason why I like to do a standing double is because it is a double crochet. So it doesn't look like a chain of 3. It doesn't look like a stack single. It is a double crochet. So that is why I opt to use that. So now I need another double crochet into this corner. So as I'm working on this, remember this is the front row that we did here. This is the back I just finished. You can see here, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. There's my chain of 2. Now right into that same space, we need 2 double crochets. I split that yarn. Did y'all see that? Okay, so there is our new corner. Okay, now as we are working along, we're going to be repeating that same kind of mindset that we had when we were working on the back. Do you see how this stitch right here is pointing forwards to me? And do you see how these 2 stitches here are kind of to the back? We're going to apply the same concept. So this first stitch out here, I'm going to do a front post double crochet. Wrap my yarn around, put my hook underneath the post, grab up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so that is your front post double. Now here we have the 2 stitches. These were the front posts we did on the back. Okay, if you look at it, that's those 2 stitches. So right into the top here, I'm going to do a double crochet, yarn over, go under both bars, grab up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now repeat that into the next stitch. So the ones that are kind of pushed away from you, you're just going to be doing regular double crochets. Now here we are back to the one that kind of faces me. So again, that one is going to need a front post double crochet. 2 that are away, again, regular double crochets, 1 in each. And now here we are to the front post again, and you're going to be repeating that. And that is what is creating these little concave little shapes here, okay? These posts are what is giving it this waffle texture. Then when we flip our work and come back to the other side and start doing that, that is what we're going to create this line of green, except now it's going to be a line of purple. So, yes, Rosa said this is a pretty stitch. It really is. Rosa, this is my first time making it, but I'm really digging this pattern. So I thought I would come on and just kind of share with y'all what I'm doing. Uh, uh, I don't know how to say your name. Uh, Sat, Sadie? Sadie? Can I call you Sadie? Said fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate your explanations. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm sure I really messed up your handle there. Some of your handles, guys, are a little complicated for me. Rosa said this will be my next project. Yeah, it's so pretty. So this is how it's working up. Okay. And if you're just coming on, this is the yarn that I'm using. Okay. It is the Colorway Cupcake and it is a Caron Skinny Cake. This is a 3-weight yarn. I am using a size I9 hook with it. Okay. So we're working on the front row now. This is where all of the texture is. So the texture is here on the front, but the back is really pretty as well, I think. I think the back looks nice. So I'm making a blanket. Y'all, who all has made this pattern? Raise a hand if you have made this pattern. What did you make with it? Did you make a granny square? I know there's tutorials for how to make granny squares. Or did you make a blanket with it? I think you could probably make a cardigan with this. I'm curious, how have other people used the waffle stitch? Now, the other thing, guys, I am working in the round. A lot of times this pattern is worked just in a straight line. So you work, to the left, and then you turn your work and work back the other direction. And so you just keep working back and forth. Let's see. Hang on, I got to see what all y'all. Sarah said, I've made a kitchen towel. Catherine said, what's the pattern? This is the waffle stitch, Catherine, that I'm working on this morning, the waffle stitch. Jody said, in 1970, I made a purse with it. Groovy. That's what I have to say about that, Jody. Groovy. Lulu said, yes, I loved it. I always wanted to learn how to do the waffle stitch. I have too. So that's why I stepped up and was like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn this. Vicky has made squares, blankets, scarves. Where would we find this pattern? It's so pretty. There are links on the link tree, guys. Whenever I come live, if you're new to my channel, you can click up here on the little dog. A bar will fly up the bottom. Click on the dog again. That will take you to my bio. Once you're on my bio, if you kind of go down below my little snippet about myself, there is a link and it's called HTTPS Linktree. And you can see all of the projects that I'm working on today, along with links for the yarn. I'm also ahead of schedule. I have tomorrow and Thursday's project listed already. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be making scrunchies tomorrow. If y'all have ever wanted to make a hair scrunchie, tomorrow's the day. Aren't they pretty? I learned about this from Passionate Kelsey. And then on Thursday, For those that didn't see, I'm so impressed with myself. I made my first halter top. So this is the Lily top by Passionate Kelsey. I'm going to make one of these on the live on Thursday. Now, this is not for me. This is for my friend's daughter in Arizona. She's an extra small, so this is a very small top. But this is what's on deck for Thursday. So you can find links for all this stuff on the link tree as well as what I'm making today. Ray said, I made my husband a scarf. I've also made hand towels. Oh, that would be cool as a hand towel or a scarf, I think, Ray, because of the fun texture, right? I think that's a great call. Just a Gen X girl said, I'm a blanket, red, white, and blue. Nice, nice. Gen X said, I want to make some trivets with it. Oh, nice, Jen. Are you thinking like with a cotton yarn? That's what the halter top is. I made it with cotton. Um, Catherine says, I haven't tried that one yet, but I love the way it looks. Nice, nice. Nana said, I'm making a tester in soft white alongside you. It's an amazing stitch. Cool. That is nice to hear. Sarah said, a kitchen towel. And it was back and forth. So, what she's saying is, I'm working around like this, but a lot of people, the way they do this stitch, what is most common, I, of course, am not common. But you start here and you work across, and then you work back, and then you work this way. So you're still turning your work, but instead of going around in a circle, or in this case, a rectangle, you just go back and forth like that. So if you were making a scarf, you wouldn't have this center like this. You would work back and forth. But I put links on the link tree. I watched Hooked by Robin. There are a ton of people on YouTube's with tutorials, guys. Just put in waffle stitch and thousands of them will come up. Most likely your favorite crocheter has a instructional video of how to make the waffle stitch. Like I said, I put Hooked by Robin on the link tree. I enjoyed her tutorial. And so I definitely, I'm sharing that out. Now she worked it back and forth, not in a rectangle. But there are also videos out there of how to make it in a square. So if you wanted to make it like a hot pad or something like that, is certainly an option. So lots of possibilities. Now, y'all, if you're watching over on YouTube, when you see the video, in the description of the video, I have put the exact same links. Okay. So you can find all of that either on my TikTok. You don't have to be scrambling to take notes this morning. You can access it at any time. Just give a follow and you can come back at your leisure and check out the link tree. Now, the other thing, somebody on YouTube asked, can you explain the Discord? And I certainly can. So, the Discord, a lot of times Discord is used with online gaming. But basically, what Discord is it is an online chat server. And basically, instead of like Facebook, where everything's out there public, it's a private, you have to click on the link and come in, and there's some guidelines. The guideline is, guys, be nice to each other, support each other. That's the guideline. Try not to, um, have rude comments and things like that. It's a way to bolster other crocheters. So I think we have like 170 people on our Discord. But the nice thing about it is you can come on. There's a channel if you are stuck on a project. You can ask a question. You can post a picture. The thing that I dislike about TikTok is when you DM somebody, you can't send them a picture. And I know it's for security, but us crocheters, it's all very visual, right? We need to be able to share the work we've been doing. If we have a question, maybe hop on a video chat and somebody can help you work through if you're struggling. So it's crocheters that are supporting other crocheters. I obviously am very active in there and I try to answer questions, but people share all sorts of different things on the Discord. And so it's just a nice way that we can share our works with the group. Okay. Obviously, you don't have to join the Discord, it's completely optional. But if you would like to join the Discord, there is a link on the YouTube video, as well as my profile on YouTube, along with on TikTok. Of course, in my bio, there is a link along and also on the link tree. Okay. Now, on TikTok, if you click the link and it says expired, what you need to do is click on the three dots and then say open in an external browser. For whatever reason, Discord and TikTok don't play nice together. So click on the three dots, open in a browser. Okay. I'm catching up on the comments here. Nana said, "Oh my God, that is pretty. A scrunchie and a top." Yes, yes. I'm always making a variety of things, guys, and I flit from one project to the next to the next. I did make. I don't know if Mama Wheeler is still on the chat this morning, but I will tell all of you, and I'm going to break Mama Wheeler's little heart because I'm going to tell her for Mother's Day, Mama Wheeler is getting a market bag. And I just finished it. Somebody shared on the Discord um, these market bags. And so I don't know if you can see it very well, but it has the pretty straps. So I finished this. I took 2 days to make this. I started it Saturday or Sunday, excuse me. I started it Sunday and I finished it. But it's got like this mesh. It's like a beach bag, right? Or like you could put vegetables in it, like you go to the market, right? And so, anyhow, this was a pretty fun project. This is what it looks like on the front. This is, I used Caron cotton cake. So I guess I am curious, y'all. Um, are people interested in seeing how to make a bag like this? Should I put this on the agenda for not this week, but next week? Maybe we could make a poll. Jen, if you're here, could you make a poll for us? Are you interested in seeing this on the live, a market bag like this? And happy Mother's Day, Mom. I'm sorry I had to wreck your surprise. I hope you love it. So I'll put that to the side. Uh, Thank you. I have to go start my day, but I really appreciate the help. Have a nice live and a great day. Oh, thank you. Stay. I really have a hard time with your name. Uh, Sadie. Can I call you Sadie? That's how I visualize it. I hope you have a great day too. And I'm sorry. I know I'm really messing up your handle. Uh, let's see. April isn't common. She's a bit of a rebel, but shush, it's a secret. Yes, a bit of a rebel. Debbie, thank you. Said I love it. Oh, Mama Wheeler is here. Oh, I tapped something. Gen X says, I don't think we need a poll. I see all the yeses. Okay. I guess we will put this on the agenda for next week. So yes, what I'm making right now, Healing Touch, this is the waffle stitch. Sorry, a little squirrel ran by. I got distracted. Yep, the waffle stitch. Mama Wheeler said, I'm still here. I just wrecked Mom's Mother's Day surprise. But she knows. She'll still love me. Hannah said, listen, April, I'm interested in everything in your lives. Okay, all right, all right. I feel you. I feel you. Let's see. Kelly said, I just made one of those for my sister-in-law and posted it in the Discord. Yes, that's where I learned about these bags was on the Discord. So anyhow, that was my whole point of the Discord. Had somebody not come on and posted their project to inspire me, uh, that is why I made this. And so I don't know that I would have made it had I not seen somebody's awesome project on the Discord and been like, oh, I got to make that. I need to have that in my life. Right. So that is the beautiful part of the Discord. Marcia, I hope that helps answer your question about the Discord. Jen said, I made a market bag like that and it's easy and holds so much. All right, guys, bear with me here. I got to do a puzzle. These puzzles are a real pain. Okay, I passed. Whew. Reset the gift goal. Wow, you guys knocked that gift goal out of the park. Thank you all so much for all of the gifts this morning. And I see 14 thumbs up over there on YT. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. And on TikTok, almost a 15,000 likes this morning. I was gonna tell you guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyhow. I'll try to disguise it. So when I watch lives like Maggie's live, I'm always crocheting. Oh, hang on, squirrel. Let me talk about this corner. So here I am in the corner. Now the row below, we had one double crochet, chain two, one double crochet. As a reminder, when you're on the front row that faces you, you need two double crochets, chain two, and then two double crochets. Okay. So now I'm going to start working. This is the little short side, and I'm going to be repeating what we've been working on. So this here is going to get a front post double. Then we're going to do two of regular doubles, then a front post, two regulars, and we're going to repeat that. Okay. So when I watch or Leah or Hannah or whoever I'm watching on the live, I'm most likely crocheting if I'm not at my desk working. Okay. And one thing, I like to tap the screen to show that creator my love and support, right? It's a given. And if I'm crocheting, right? If I'm tapping, I can't be crocheting. So I went on the Zon and I got the little gadget that does this for me. And I tried it out this weekend on Maggie's Live, and I was crocheting, and the little gadget was doing this and sending the hearts flying, and it was so slick. I was telling Mama Wheeler about it, and she's like, "There's a gadget for everything." So, anyhow, I know that's kind of crazy, but this way I could keep my hands free to be crocheting and still be sending the love. I thought it was pretty slick. I was like, "All right, look at me. I'm talented." So, anyhow, Mama Wheeler, you're gonna love it even more in person. I promise. I promise. It's really, really pretty. Does the market bag stretch out? Yes, it does. So they have different sizes you can make. I'll probably, when I make one on the live, I'll make a smaller size. This is the grande, but it stretches out. It holds a lot, but then it kind of squishes back up, and so it's not like huge. And because it's mesh, it's very lightweight to carry, and it has all the holes. So like if you go to the beach, right, and you've got your book and your sunscreen and your sunglasses and whatever else, your kids floaties, I don't know, the sand falls right through it, right? So it's kind of cool. It's a cool concept. um let's see. Yes, the one I used was a cotton blend for this bag. We can talk more about that next week. But let's see. Hannah says I need the gadget, right? It was like $12. I was like, I think they sell them on TikTok Shop too, probably. But I was very skeptical. I'm like, this thing is not going to work, but it totally worked, and I was able to like tap 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 the screen without like tapping. So, uh, let's see. Aim said, lost car keys, flipped the couch to look for them, found three crochet hooks. All right, there you go. The couch always eats my crochet hooks, or what happens is they fall all the way through, and then they're under the recliner, and then I have to go fishing. And hey, there's Maggie. Good morning, Maggie. Uh, I was watching Maggie on Saturday and Sunday. But y'all, if you're not following Maggie here on TikTok, she is a great, great person that goes live. We have so many people that go live and share their content. But if you guys want to follow each other and support each other, I know a lot of you guys are already, but I highly recommend Maggie's channel for the live. She goes live at different times than I do. So Maggie goes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the afternoon or evening, and then on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And I go live. For those that don't know, I go live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7:30 Central. So I in the evenings. I'm spending time with my husband, but I do catch Maggie's live sometimes, especially on the weekends. Maybe not so much after work, but I highly recommend. If you all want to support each other and follow each other, just feel free to spam the chat with yarn balls. I will give you all kind of an example here of what I mean. If I can get my tablet to work, I'll put a little yarn ball here. And basically what that means is, they're friendly, right? They're making crochet content, and so feel free to follow each other back. There's nothing better than a whole group of crochet friends, and that is what I really love about coming live is, I say it a lot, it's not just about me, it's about each and every one of you here, because honestly, if y'all weren't here watching me, I'd be on the couch talking to myself. There wouldn't be any point in me being here. So it's each and every one of you. And on YouTube, our channel is really growing over there as well. And YouTube, TikTok, I stream portrait. Over on YouTube, I stream horizontal. So basically, you can go back and rewatch the lives on your YouTube, like on your TV or computer, but also on your phone as well. But it's landscape. Uh, that is kind of why I do both. But anyhow, I just love that you all are so supportive of each other. Reset the gift goal. Leah blew it out of the water. Dang, Leah, thank you so much. Appreciate you, girl. Leah goes live too. Leah does a lot of knitting. I am not a knitter, so if you're a knitter, give Leah a follow. And she does a lot of knitting. I could spend the whole day shouting out everybody. I'll tell you, y'all are amazing. We have a fabulous, fabulous group. So 22,000 likes. I missed the 20,000. We made it. All right. Thank you all so much for all of the screen taps. Appreciate that. So, folks, if you're just hopping on and you're wondering what it is I'm working on here, let me give you guys the rundown here. This is the waffle stitch that I'm working on, and I'm making a wheelchair sized blanket. This is a 2-row repeat. And basically, you work 1 row from the back, then you turn your work, and then you work from the back. So, this is the front. And this is what this looks like on the back. But this is a very popular stitch. It's been around for eons and eons. Um, and this is my first time making it. And the colorway that I'm using, this really pretty yarn, is a Caron skinny cake in the colorway Cupcake. This is what it looks like. This is a 3-weight yarn. I'm actually using a size I9 hook. So it calls for a G6, and I went up a size, or actually 2 sizes, because I want this to be kind of squishy, right? I want this to have like a lot of give, and I wish you guys could feel it in person. When you have this texture like this, it just kind of makes it like really dimensional. But the best way I could explain it is it's kind of squishy, and I really, really am enjoying this stitch. So I think it would be fun to incorporate this into one of my like sampler blankets that I like to do. It could really kind of add some texture to a project like that. So I'm kind of thinking about that. Would be kind of cool. So uh, Mama Coop said, "I love those colors. Yeah, they're really pretty." And now we're getting into the purple. We're going to have white as well. So really, I think it's going to work up nice. And this is a really big cake. I got this cake at Michael's when it was on sale. I picked it up for like, I don't know, 9.50 or something. Debbie says, I love the color of that yarn. So pretty. It is working up really, really nice. Now, I am having to do some controlling of the color, and I kind of explained that earlier. But what was happening is when you turn your work and work back in the other direction, it was putting the green on top of each other all on one side. And same thing with the purple. So I actually rotated my work. I snipped off and rotated my work because I didn't want it all to pool up on one side. So what color pooling is when you are working on something. So for example, this is considered like a color pool, right? All the brown is together, all the blue is together. Well, when I'm working in the round like this, I it was happening that all the green was on one side and there was no green on this side over here. So that's why I had to rotate my work. Same thing with the purple. Had I not rotated my work, all the purple would have been on one side of the blanket and none on the other side. And so I think it really helped. I know a lot of people don't like to control the color, but I'm a little OCD that way. I just want the colors to be kind of balanced, especially here in the center of the blanket. Now, once I get more rows worked out, it probably won't be a thing. But as you kind of have the focal point of your blanket, I definitely want it to be so that the colors are going all the way around and not just sitting on one side. So I suspect when we end this, we might have to snip off again. I am not certain. It depends on where this yarn ends. I think our next color we're coming up to is the really pretty white color. Now, I will say Maggie used this yarn, and Maggie, correct me if I'm wrong. Maggie used this to make a hexagon cardigan, and she wears that a lot on her live. It's a beautiful, beautiful cardigan. She also used a larger hook size than the yarn recommended. And Maggie actually took out the white yarn, if I'm not mistaken. So when she did it, as she was working her cakes, she wanted just the purple and the teal and the mint color. So you can do that with cakes as well. As you're working, if you don't want all this white, you would just peel that off and snip it off. And that way, you don't have all of the white color. You would just have the beautiful. So you can always do that with a cake as well. Maggie said, yes, that's what she did. Okay. So I am going to use the white and just kind of see how it looks. I think with a blanket, I think it'll be fine. I'm shooting for a size of 35 by 45. So it is going to be, kind of a medium sized blanket. It'll be the size for a wheelchair. So, anyhow, that's kind of what I'm thinking is go ahead and use the white and let's just see how it looks. I think for this project, it would probably be just fine. And, if you take off your white, you could always use it for a different project. But I am loving these skinny cakes. This is my first time using a skinny cake. I do like a three weight yarn and using that. I use that a lot for like some granny squares and stuff. So am really enjoying this pattern, but this is called the waffle stitch, guys. And like I said, there's links on the link tree. So here we are to the corner. Now, when you get to the corner of the row below, we had our double crochet, chain two, double crochet. So I'm going to follow that with my front post double. Now into the corner, you have to do the front row. This is the back of your work. This is the front. And so when we go back to the front, we need two double crochets, chain two, two double crochets. So these alternate back and forth. So whenever I'm working on the front of the project, that's when you need your two double crochets. So two double crochets, chain two, and two double crochets. Now I'm ready to start working along this side. So this is the short side. I'm coming up to the end here. So I'm going to talk these stitches through as we work our way to the end. Maggie said she used a 6 millimeter hook and removed the white. I don't know what the letter that is. I'm using an I9, and I'm not sure if an I9 is a 6 millimeter. 6 millimeter might be a J, but you guys might know better than I do. I'm using an I9, so I went up two hook sizes. So here, this first stitch out, see how it sits forward and these two sit back? The stitches that sit forward, we're going to be doing a front post double crochet around those. Okay, so very first stitch out here, 6 millimeter is a J, so I'm one below that. So I'm probably, I don't know what the millimeters are. I only know the letters because that's how my hooks are labeled. Okay, yarn over, go under the post, grab up a loop. Now we have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a front post double. Maggie said 5.5 millimeter as an I. Unless you have the new boy hooks, their J is marked 5.75. Boy, oh boy, those boy folks need to get it together, right? Okay, so here these two are sitting back. Do you see how we've got the green in front of it here? If we look at the back, these were the two post stitches that we did on the back of our work. So the way we're going to do these, under both loops, we're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over, go under both loops, and double crochet. Bye, Mom. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Love you. Everybody say bye to Mama Wheeler. Bye, Mom. Okay, now into the next stitch here, we need yarn over and again a double crochet. Go under both loops. Now this stitch here sits forward. So this one is going to get our front post. Wrap my yarn around, slide my hook underneath the post, grab a loop, pull it up. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now here we go, right back here. These are sitting backwards from me, I'm going to do a double crochet in the top of both of these. There's number 1. Here is number 2. Now here we are back to our front post. So again, yarn over, slide my hook under that post, grab up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now here we have the 2 stitches that are away from us, double crochet into each of those. Here's the one that's forward. Again, repeat, front post double, grab up our loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Back to our 2 regular doubles. Oh, here we go. We're changing to the white. Now here we have, again, front post. Wrap your yarn around, slide your hook underneath that post, grab a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. 2 regular crochets, regular double crochets. Okay, and now we have our post. So again, wrap our yarn around, slide my hook under that post, grab up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Wow, 100 viewers over here on TikTok. All right, I love it when we get to 100 friends. Good morning, everybody. So glad you are here with us. This morning we are working on the waffle stitch blanket. And this is my first time making this pattern, but I am loving it. So these 2 stitches are away from me. So those get a regular double, 1 in each. And now we're going to do our front post double crochet. So I'm going to put my stitch around this post instead of up on top. Hey, Miss Michelle, good morning. Yasmin, good morning. Wrap my yarn around, slide my hook underneath that post, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. That is our front post double crochet. Now we're back to our 2 regulars. We're almost to the corner. Almost there, few more stitches, then we're going to be turning our work. Yarn over underneath that post, grab up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Back to our 2 regulars, 2 double crochets. Now this last stitch right here is going to be a front post again. So wrap our yarn around and repeat our front post double crochet. Now I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the very first stitch here. And I'm going to work myself over to the corner. So you can see I have another stitch here. I'm going to again do a slip stitch. A slip stitch is where you put your hook through, you pull up a loop. Now instead of yarning over, we're not going to do that. We're going to drag this one under this one. It stays very, very flat. Now I'm going to move into the corner again, slip stitch. Okay. So you don't want any height on those slip stitches. Slip stitches are a great way to move yourself from point A to point B without increasing any height on your project. Okay. So that finishes our row of front post. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be turning our work and working the back. Okay. And as we look at the back, this is where I tied on. We're going to, I have quite a bit of white on this, so I don't think I need to uh, do any snipping off. I can just work all the way around, okay? So into this very corner here, let me get myself kind of turned around here. So I do a little slip stitch, okay? So I'm here in the corner now. And when we're on our corner, we just finished the corner that had our 2 double crochets, but now we're working on the back. And whenever you work on the back, you're going to be doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So it changes back and forth. So right now I need a double crochet. The way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. And I start by pulling up a loop. Okay, and I kind of make that loop the height of my double crochet. And then I turn my hook, I believe this is counterclockwise, around. So I bring it towards me and then back and away. And I put a little twist here in my loop. Then I go through my project, grab up a loop. So now I have two. I yarn over and pull through the first one. Now, instead of pulling through this one, what I actually do is I pull this behind and I twist it. And then I yarn over and pull through both of those loops. So that is my front post standing double crochet. Now, you don't have to do this, guys. If you want, you can do a chain of three, you can do a stacked single, however, you want to do that. Okay, Leah said, I love that you make a point to teach and repeat it enough for everybody to understand. Thank you, Leah, for that. I appreciate that comment. Um, it's challenging. We have a variety of different levels of crochet here that are watching me crochet. There may be very, very beginners. There may be people that have been crocheting for 50 or 60 years. Um, Everybody has a different place in their crochet journey. So I do try to explain it in a way that is entertaining to everybody, but not annoying to those that have made this a ton of times, right? So it's kind of hard sometimes to find a happy balance, but I really do my very best to make it interesting for everybody. So anyhow, that is kind of how I try to do things. So double crochet, chain two, double crochet. Now, this tail's kind of in our way, but as we look at our back of our work here, we can see we had our two double crochets here. Those are kind of popped forward. This stitch here, if you can see it, is kind of to the back. Then we have two that are forward and then one that is kind of to the back. You can also tell if you kind of put your work a little forward. Do you see those little white bars down below? Those are from when we made our front post. So here was the front post. Those are the ones that are kind of sitting further away from you. And we're going to be repeating a lot of front post work on this. So here we go. We're going to wrap our yarn around, go under the post of the first purple stitch here, grab up a loop. Now we have three loops, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over and pull through two. Now I'm going to repeat that in this second double crochet here, front post, double crochet. Okay, so there are our two front posts. Now I'm going to be moving to this one. Here's our little loop down below. This one is sitting kind of away from me, and that one's going to get a regular double. So instead of around the post, we're going to be working in the top of the stitch here. We go under both loops and do a double crochet. Now moving along, you can see these two here, they're kind of sitting forward. This one here, you can kind of see is the one that's sitting back. So here on these two stitches, again, we need our front post double crochets, one on each of these posts. Okay, now this one here is the one that's sitting away. We need our regular double crochet. These two here, yarn over, again, front post. I'm kind of missing some of the comments right now, folks. I will try to catch up here. Let me work on some of these stitches and kind of explain this. So here we have our stitch in the back here, and we're going to do a regular double crochet. These two forward, we're going to yarn over and do a front post. So yarn over, put your hook underneath the post, grab up a loop. Now we have three, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Same thing, repeat on the next stitch. Okay, so we're kind of alternating these. Now, the reason Barbara just asked, what's the point? Why are we doing this? Barbara, when you turn, you start to see this really awesome texture form. This is called the waffle stitch, okay? So right now I'm working on the back and all the texture is going to the front of the blanket. But you can see as we've worked our way along, you can see the different posts and how this is working out. So basically, we're setting ourselves up. Then we're going to be turning our work and we're going to be doing again another row of this, but it's different. So anyhow, that is why we're doing this. Okay, so you have to kind of trust the process. Now, guys, Jennifer says I have to go on the phones at work. See everybody tomorrow. Jennifer, thank you so much for all the gifts this morning. Number two gifter this morning, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. There you go, Jennifer. Round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Yes, it will be a yarn eater. I agree. This is definitely a yarn eater. So when you are working post stitches, they do sit a little lower, and but it's squishy. It has this really nice like it's squishy. I don't know how else to describe it. It just is you just want to snuggle it, okay? Because it is nice and squishy. Now, part of the reason why it is nice and squishy is not just the texture itself, but I really think it's because I've gone up so many hook sizes. So I really think that is what's making a difference too. It has lots of like stretch and give. Just a Gen X girl, thank you so much for the gifts this morning. Appreciate that. April needs to train Diesel with that round of applause. I know, right? If only that was possible, Anvil. It's all I can do to teach him. Okay, he can sit to get a treat, but I'm telling you, I don't want to be that girl that's like, my dog is not real bright, but my dog is not real bright. I'm trying to teach him to like shake for a treat, where you like shake your hand. Mo, my other dog, he got it like right away. Within like 2 times, he was shaking my hand. I've been working with Diesel for a couple of weeks now, and the boy still can't get it. He's very handsome. And so it's good that he has his good looks going for him, because on the brightness factor, I'm not sure Diesel is the brightest, sharpest tool in the shed. Just saying. Okay, so here we go. Double crochet. Now here are our 2 stitches that are facing us. Maha, thank you so much for the subscription. How about that? Today is the last day to subscribe for those that are interested. Tomorrow is the celebration of the blocking board. Okay, it's a 12 by 12 wood blocking board that is going to one of you fabulous subscribers here on TikTok. I love you all. This is my way to say thank you. It's a good one this month. You guys, if you are a subscriber and you win and you don't want a blocking board, you can, of course, choose something else. You just have to DM me and let me know that you're not interested in that. Okay. So we are going to do the subscriber giveaway tomorrow at 8 Central Time. Anvil and Gen X are mods. Be sure and remind me. Tomorrow, guys, I know y'all are curious what's on deck. I've showed this a couple times. Tomorrow I'm making scrunchies. Ooh, 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 ooh. Scrunchies, scrunchies. Joan says, I taught obedience for 30 years. The smarter the dog, the harder they are to train. Well, that could be, Joan. He's the way that I think about Diesel, he's very, like dominant. He's very stubborn. He's very strong. He wants it his way. And so I feel like sometimes me trying to teach him something, he's like, Mom, I'm not interested in that. I'm going to do it my own way. So I feel like that's part of it that's playing into it. And I wish he would just like trust the mom and learn this. So anyhow, guys, scrunchies tomorrow. Thursday, you have to convince him that there is a reason that it benefits him. I know I've got my treat in the hand. I've got my treat in hand, and like I'm going to keep working with him, Joan. I'm definitely going to keep working with him. Okay, y'all, Thursday's project, if you're curious, Thursday, I'm making a halter top. This is the Lily top by Passionate Kelsey. I'm not going to be doing it in black. I'm going to be doing it in pink in a different size. This is size extra small, but it is a really, really cool top. I've always wanted to make a halter. This is my first one. And there's already links for this on the link tree if y'all want to make a summer halter top. This is for my friend's daughter in Arizona. It like lashes together. Isn't it cool? It's so, so cute. So anyhow, that is what we're going to do on Thursday. Carla, if you are a subscriber on TikTok, basically the subscribers pay a small monthly fee. What is it, like $2.99 or something, to support my channel? It's just a little something extra that they do just to support me and to support my yarn habit, really. And so what I do is I do a little celebration gift every month, just as my way of saying thank you to each of the subscribers. So if you want to be a subscriber, I think all you have to do is hit the plus sign up here. There's like a little heart and a plus, but I could be wrong. I think also maybe down here in the corner, there might be a little star that says subscribe. That might get it done as well. So anyhow, those are the subscriber that gives it that basically the giveaway. You're automatically entered to win in that subscriber celebration gift if you are a subscriber. But today is the last day of April to subscribe, and then tomorrow's the giveaway. Let's see. Uh, Gen X says you have to be a subscriber. You don't have to be a subscriber here. Silly, silly. You don't have to be a subscriber. Or I guess she says, in order to get in the drawing, you have to, but you don't have to subscribe to my channel, is what I mean. I just appreciate each and every one of you that shows up every day and participates in the chat and it just, has fun. That's all I want. I just want y'all to have fun and make friends and enjoy crochet. But if you want to be entered in the giveaway, you do have to be a subscriber to the channel for the giveaway. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. So anyhow, here we are to the corner. Now, guys, remember in the corner, these two stitches here were the forward stitches. So I did my front post around each one. Now on the row below, we had our 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. When you're working on the back, you have to do 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So it changes. Anvil says it's a $2.69 monthly subscription fee. So that's what the subscribers give to me every month. We have, I don't know the count on the subscribers. Guys, I'm not very good at like seeing the stats when I'm on the live. I hope at some point I'll get better. I've been going live since July and I really am getting better, but some of the things are still kind of a challenge. I'm still like learning how everything works. So Anvil says 24 subscribers. So there you go, 24 folks. Thank you all so much for your subscriptions. Um, Okay, so now we're working on the other side here. So the first 2 stitches, we're going to do that front post. Those are the ones that are popping out towards us. Now here we are back to the back. This one's pointing away from us. So that one gets a regular double crochet. And then these 2 pop forward. Did y'all see the new subscriber stickers that I made, by the way? I don't know if anybody's been using the new subscriber stickers, but I made I made the new little frog. I haven't had to frog anything. I should frog it. I should frog some stuff just so we can use the frog sticker. Um, uh, Hannah said, so my odds are winning are higher here. They absolutely are. There's our little frog. I put a flower on his head for spring. Isn't he cute? I love him. I love, 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 love him. And terrific Tuesday. Hey, Mello. Good morning. So cute. I really try to update my stickers every week. I'm sure you guys noticed. So anyhow, if you're a subscriber, subscribers get to use all these special stickers that I make. And like I said, I try to update them every week. Barbara said, when have you been on? Because I haven't seen you. Do you have certain days you come live? I absolutely do, Barbara. So I come live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7:30 Central Time. So guys, if you want to get alerts for when I come alive or come alive, when I come alive, when I come on live, what you need to do is go to my profile. And there's a little bell that you can turn on, and you can turn on the notifications. You can set it custom. You can set it to all the notifications or just certain ones. And so, most likely, if you are not getting notified about me going live, you probably need to turn on your little bell. Thank you for the follow. Good morning. Good morning. So, if you are new to my channel, my name is April. I'm a hobby crocheter. I've been crocheting since I was 9. I learned from my mom and my grandma. Mama Wheeler was here on the live this morning earlier. That's who I learned from. Now, I've taken it a lot farther than my mom ever did with her crochet, but my mom still does some crochet. She is working on her wave blanket, and she actually is making good progress on that. She's almost done, you guys. So, anyhow, Julie, thank you so much for the subscription. You are automatically entered to win the blocking board tomorrow. Let's see. Sorry. Let me catch up on these comments. Y'all started posting a bunch of comments here. Let's see. Oh, when do you come alive? Like Wheeler Easter? Oh, Hannah. That was a little slip up. That was just a little slip up. Hillary said, just joined the Discord channel, posted a question about this sampler blanket I started. Okay, awesome, awesome, Hillary. If somebody else doesn't have a chance to answer your question, I will be on there later when I go to work. Barbara said, thank you. I love watching you. Awesome, awesome, Barbara. We're glad to have you here. We're glad to have everybody here. You know, there's a lot of people that comment and are active on the chat. There's another whole group of friends, y'all, that are silent watching in the background, and they help make this channel also. And so I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You don't have to come on and comment. Uh, I appreciate those that are silent watching too. I know some of you watch me. Maybe you're at work, you have me going in the background in your mornings. Whatever the case may be, whatever suits you, I'm here for it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Wheeler is risen indeed. You guys are killing me. Y'all stop. We got a bunch of jokesters here this morning. uh, so I'm not sure how I'm doing on time. 30,000 likes, 30,000 screen taps. Y'all, do y'all like my new little clapper? Y'all like my new little cheers button? Can you hear it on the live? I don't know if you can hear it. 9:12. All right. So, friends, I'm going to be hopping off at 9:30 so I can go to work. I need an uncheers button for the going to work part. I could sit here and crochet with y'all every day. Gen X says, "Yuppers, we can hear it." All right, awesome, awesome. I just picked it up on Amazon when I was buying my little thing that helps me send the hearts up the screen. I was like, I need an applause button. Why not? uh they have under sound effects. Yeah. Yeah, that's me over here making sound effects. So anyhow, I can sit here and crochet with y'all all day and goof off and have so much fun. But I do have to be thinking about hopping off and going to work. Somebody's got to pay for all this yarn. Oh, and by the way, y'all, I was at Wally World. I wasn't at Wally World. I was on Wally World. Let me just say, you all know I use a lot of Red Heart jumbos. Okay, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I use it a lot for all these wheelchair blankets that I'm making this year. And normally, when I buy a Red Heart jumbo, I think it's like $7.99 or $7.49 or something like that. So anyhow, yarn was on rollback. Yarn was on rollback at Walmart. I was able to get two Red Heart jumbos for like 11 something. It's like 5 something a skein. So, yeah, it really was, Kelly. I y'all, you're gonna laugh at me. You already know my yarn room is full. But when you get a deal like that, let's just say I hope the FedEx man comes today before Mr. Wheeler gets home. Mr. Wheeler doesn't really care about my yarn addiction and habit. It all stays in my spare room. But y'all, I got 30 different colors of Red Heart. 30. Okay. And there's 2 skeins in each one. Yes, do the math. I don't buy expensive shoes. I don't buy handbags. I buy yarn. Hillary said buying a yarn is a hobby in itself. Anyhow, FedEx is supposed to be bringing me like 6 boxes of yarn today. Y'all, I'm not even exaggerating. So hopefully they arrive today. Anvil said, Mr. Wheeler got the quad. He can stay in the garage. Okay, seriously. So on that note, my husband went out. Of course, my husband's like 50. I'm turning 50 this year. My husband's already 50. And so Mr. Wheeler got a new quad, and I thought to myself, oh, he's going to get like a sportsman that he can like drive around the pasture and, check on, the chickens. Not that he really does that, but mosey out to the pond. A sportsman is like a working machine, a working machine. Oh no, 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 no! That's not what Mr. Wheeler bought. Nope, that's not it. He bought some, I think it's a Yamaha, I don't know. He bought some race it around. You got to have a helmet. You're going to bust up your knuckles if you get thrown off. Souped up, whatever, because that's what a 50-year-old man needs. So, I figure if he's out getting a razor, mama needs some more yarn, right? Not that we do this, gets it, I get it kind of thing, but there is always kind of that in the back of your mind. So, yeah, I spent a couple $100 on uh Red Heart, y'all. 6 boxes sounds glorious. Leah, I mean, can you imagine? I'll post a picture on the Discord. Y'all, if you're not on the Discord, get on the Discord. I will post a picture of my yarn when I get it with all its glory, and I will share it on the Discord, okay? Because it sounds like Mama C said his razor, or I don't think it's a razor. I don't know what it is. His four-wheeler, whatever, looks like a transformer. It's blue. If y'all know transformers, he has a blue race it around the house kind of quad. Okay, so anyhow, you know what? If that makes my husband happy, you know that makes my husband happy. But my kind of bike that I like to ride, I used to have a Sportsman. It was an automatic. I think it had power steering, if I'm not mistaken, and it had reverse. Okay, that is my kind of off-wheeler, off-roader, four-wheeler, whatever you want to call it. Okay, automatic with reverse, with a comfy seat, a big old thing. And so my friend Carol, Mama C on here, she said, "Are you going to go ride his bike?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can do the shifting. You have to shift it, and it's like so powerful. You guys, you can't even like hold on to it. You know what I mean? Like it's got some power to it. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be getting on his quad. I don't, or his four-wheeler, or whatever you call them." Anvil said, "I spent all weekend on the four-wheeler. I'm 60." Hey, yeah, I mean, it's not about age. It's totally fine. Leah said, "Can you sit behind him?" I don't know if I could. It's I feel like I should know what bike he got. I'll try to pay more attention. I think he got uh, a Yamaha. I think it's a 400 because he was rambling something about, well, at least I got the 450 instead of the 700. Does that mean anything to y'all? I know the 700 would have a lot more power to it. So I think he is saying he opted for the smaller. uh Anvil said, "Leah, I would make my husband sit behind me." Oh, there, Anvil knows what it is. A YZ450. That's what he got. All right, y'all. Mr. Wheeler last week on Thursday went and picked it up, a YZ450. Leah said, "I have no idea about these. They make me nervous." I've ridden quads for years, but like I said, I had a Polaris Sportsman. It's a big bike, and it wasn't a racing bike. It was a very comfortable kind of bike that I would use it at the lake. I would go from camp to the boat. I would go four wheeling in Prescott. We'd go through the forest and just go exploring. It was a more like an exploration kind of bike. A lot of guys use them like if they're hunters and they need to transport, their hunt out from somewhere in the forest to their vehicle. They use them for stuff like that. Yes, Polly said my hub's got a quad to help pull deer out of the woods. Exactly. That's what a Polaris Sportsman is kind of used for. That is the bike that I had. But when we left Arizona, it didn't make sense to bring our quads with us. There were so my husband had a more of a racing style bike in Arizona, and we actually had a Razor in Arizona as well, and we actually traded our Razor, uh, gosh, last year. We just weren't using the Razor as much. We used to do a lot more off-roading, in Arizona than we do here. Here, we spend more time on our own property because we do have 8 acres. So we just need stuff to like, kind of go out in the pasture and exploring. So we actually got a Ranger instead of the Razor. The Ranger is more like the one that has like the little pickup truck bed on it. So that way we can like transport stuff. Or like the other day, he was out picking up sticks and he just put them in the back of the Ranger. And the Ranger has actually a dump bed on it. So it just works. It's more practical use vehicle for what we need here in Alabama. So y'all, Polly said his last year was like 250 and pulled it out in a sled by himself. Oh my gosh, Polly, that is a lot of work. That's amazing. I'm glad he got a bike. The a quad will really help him with that. We're not, none of us are getting any younger, y'all. If we can work smarter and not harder, that's the way to go. So, 922. Let's see. Leah said, I could do that. More golf carty versus ripping around. Yes, that's exactly a good way to describe it, Leah. So I could get in the little Ranger and I can drive out to the pond. I can go around and check on the birdhouses. I can put the shovel in the back or my post if I'm working on birdhouses. The birdhouses themselves, it's a whole thing here on our property with all of my birdhouses and stuff. So it gives me an easier way to transport stuff. I would say the Ranger is more like a golf cart, but it has that pickup truck bed, so it makes it easier to like put stuff in it. So anyhow, y'all, if you are watching me on the FYP this morning, now's your chance before you lose me forever. Hop on in, give a follow, say hello. I'm going to be getting off here soon. And you're going to want to find me again, and then you'll be sad. So, anyhow, if you are just joining me, my name is April, and I am so glad each of every one of you was here with me today. Barbara said, what other animals do you have? So, we have 2 dogs, we have a small flock of laying hens. For those who don't know, I am on YouTube as well. My handle is Wheeler 8 Acres. I live stream my bird feeders as well as I live stream our deer camera in our pasture. The deer have been coming in about 7:30 at night Central Time. Um, we've also had a bobcat be coming in I think the last 3 days. The bobcat has been coming in. I think it's a juvenile from last year. He's not causing any problems at all, but he was on, I think maybe yesterday or the day before, he was rolling through about 4:30 in the afternoon. But you can see my chickens, they go over on the deer cam. Kelly says the raccoon cracks her up. Yes, we have the raccoons that come at night to the corn pile. We also have possums. The little bobcat was out there the other night, and it was kind of like a standoff between the raccoon and the bobcat, which was kind of cute. So anyhow, there's always stuff going on the bird cameras here on our property. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is putting a uh, uh, what am I saying? Uh, Gen X said, great rollback price on Caron Simply Soft at Walmart. 9 skeins for $23.54. That's amazing. Why is all the yarn on rollback at Walmart, y'all? Go check it out if you need some yarn. I'm not usually a big fan of Walmart, but I am a big fan of yarn. And if I can catch a deal, I will catch a deal. That raccoon is a chunk. Yeah, there's a couple of raccoons that come in. I think there might be like 3 or 4. Last year we had raccoon babies that got in the bird feeder. There was a mom with 4 babies, but it's a little early in the year yet for the babies. Now, a lot of our does, the deer here on our property, are they're carrying. They have babies on board. And I expect our baby deer, the fawns, in like August, to like middle of August. Now, when they first have their babies, they will stash them out in our pasture in the grasses, and so we won't see them all the time. But I know for sure because I witnessed the rut this year. We have several does that are expecting. And so anyhow, they're coming into the corn pile. Now my YouTube camera, you can rewind it for 12 hours. Okay. So if you're on the YouTube and you're like, I don't see anything. Bye, Kim. Have a great day. Thanks for being here this morning. I'm coming to the end. When I get to this end, guys, I'm going to be hopping off. Um, what was I saying? Oh, you can rewind the video. So if you go on the YouTube and you're like, there's nothing happening, you can try rewinding it on your TV and then you can go back to earlier in the morning. That's what a lot of people do. Now, if I see deer come in or turkeys or whatever critters, I try to put it in the chat and do a little timestamp. That way, people that are watching know where to rewind to. And there's thank you, Gen X, for the gifts this morning. Gen X is our number one gifter this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Just a Gen X girl. And thank you to our moderators. So, guys, I'm going to end right here. Tomorrow, scrunchies. You don't want to miss it. Everybody needs a scrunchie in their life. Maybe you have a granddaughter. Maybe you've got a daughter. Maybe you have the neighbor girl that needs a scrunchie. Very easy project. So there is our pattern for today, all finished. This has been the waffle stitch. You can go back and rewatch me work this on the YouTube. Tomorrow, scrunchies. Okay, 7:30 Central Time. Hannah said, "No, please stay forever." I wish, Hannah. Girl, I got to go to work. I got to go to work. How about a round of applause for our moderators, Gen X and Anvil? Love you guys. You all are amazing. Have a great day. Bye for now.